back to the exercise of the week. Today we're going to be talking about lateral raises. Also can be referred to as side raises. This is a great shoulder exercise. So let's get into it, okay? Now as always, I'm going to talk about a basic lateral raise, and then we're going to get into a few variations you can try once you've mastered the basic one, okay? So first, a standing lateral raise. All you're going to do, you're going to obviously have perfect form, so you're going to have your feet shoulder width apart, your toes pointed forward, slight bend in your knee to have a good foundation. Your shoulders will be lightly retracted, all right? Obviously looking forward. Now when you bring the dumbbells up like this, you're going to have a slight bend in your elbow, okay? And one thing you always want to make sure, and the area where most people mess up this exercise, is you'll tend to see a lot of people going like this, okay? You never want to do that. It'll take the stress off where it's supposed to be put on, all right? So when you come up, you want to make sure your elbows are elevated, all right? And the perfect way to make sure you're doing the exercise, the movement correctly, is you want to have your thumbs pointed down. Now you don't have to have them pointed down through the entire exercise, but it's a good way to kind of gauge if you're doing everything correctly. Because when you bring your thumbs down, your elbows will be brought up. And once you've kind of mastered the technique, you can tuck those thumbs back in, and you'll know to just come up like this with the slight bend on the elbow. Okay? So once again, come up like this, and then down. Up like this, and then down. And that is a lateral raise. And the best thing to do as well is at the top of the movement, make sure you pause for a second, and then come back down. Okay? That's going to give you the full contraction, have the blood rushing into your shoulders exactly where it's supposed to be going. Okay? Now a few little variations. Some people like to do seated lateral raise. Now my favorite and what I believe to be the most effective lateral raise is the standing lateral raise. But you can also try the seated as well. So obviously you would bring out the adjustable bench into a seated position, and just the same thing, make sure you maintain good posture, come up, hold, and down, up, and down, just like that. And that is a lateral raise. One more thing I want to get into before I leave you this week is I want to talk about lateral raises using cables. Okay, so that's why I've kind of focused the attention with the camera now on the cables. Alright, so a few variations. Okay. Now you can do a single arm lateral raise with the cable. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have the cable behind your back, alright, held by the opposite arm to the cable machine, and just the same thing. Come up and down, up and down. Now one thing I failed to mention earlier is when you come up with a lateral raise, you want to make sure your arm is straight and parallel to your shoulder. So you're going to come up like this and down, up like this and down, just like that. And you can switch sides after as well. Another thing you can do, you can do both arms. So come up and down like that. Up and down like that. Okay? And obviously, just like the last one we did, you can also do a cable lateral raise using the adjustable bench. Okay? Now same thing. You want to grip the opposite arm with the opposite side of the cable machine. So my left arm will grab the right grip. Okay? So once again, and just like that. And that is a lateral raise. Thank you for joining me this week, and don't forget to practice.